today at UK London.
Very early in the morning. It's a games boot camp for new games development studios to learn about how to pitch, how to raise investment for their companies. These people here, there are about 10 studios, but they don't know that the first thing they're going to do is to kind of go in front of everyone and pitch.
There's the content of what you're saying, your idea or your concept for your company.
I'm going to get you all to come up and do a quick 1-minute pitch for your game. I know, what a bombshell.
You were clear about why you were raising funds as well, which is very important.
Josh, well, I haven't done this before. Hi everyone, my name's Dominic. I've been doing this in my part-time for about 3 years now.
Hi everyone, my name is Olga and I'm CEO and co-founder of Museumia. Museumia is a virtual reality educational game.
So my name is Ordain. I am the CEO of Hidden Kingdom Entertainment, which is a kind of film company. I'm a writer, so sometimes when I write, I think...
I love that it triggered our imagination because of the detail. I could visualize what you were saying, and that's so important.
You want to talk to as many people as possible, but also it's creating the right momentum. So you want to, when you feel that you're ready to talk to the right investors, you want to do that in a very short amount of time. Show that you have something on your hands that are going to be valuing so much more in the future, that the time is now for them to enter the round. So being prepared to open your round is hugely important. You should not start raising funds if you don't feel that you're prepared yet. Maybe your first pitch is not going to be great, but if you keep showing progress in a very speedy way, very well-paced, and keep in touch with the right investors, they will see where you're going. And suddenly there's going to be a moment they're like, wow, I can see that this person is actually going for it, and I want to be part of this.
Thank you guys.
Welcome, bye-bye.
See you later.
So interesting, because a lot of people look at this whole game of raising funds for their companies, either being a games development company or a startup, a tech startup, and they think, yeah, I can do that, I'm just going to go and raise funds and go on and on and on. But you have to be prepared, because there are so many rules of the game. There are two types of businesses. There's one that is called a lifestyle business, which is you basically creating a game or creating a product or creating a business that is about sustaining your lifestyle. And there's another one, which is high growth businesses, knowing the details of what is needed, board, contract, how to deal with angels, how to create the momentum to create your startup or to show progress to potential investors in the future. These are crucial things that you need to do, that you must be aware, at least, that you need to dedicate some time to do that as a founder. It's not only about creating a great game or a great product, it's also about creating a great business that is going to generate a lot of money in the future. So yeah, these are really, really good lessons. That's cool. I know her, an amazing female founder. She's founder of Unruly Media, which is a really big company, technology company that sold to News Corporation.
Seeing all of those pitches all at once of people creating new games and new game studios made me realize how much I've been through myself. There were two ladies who were pitching a game that it's based on opera, the singing opera. And one of them is specialized in making games, the other one is an opera singer, a real one. They were super engaging, it was a really good first pitch. It was their first pitch ever in their lives. But they kind of confessed, one of them, that they don't know anything about games.
I'm an opera professional for many years. All you gaming people, your terminologies that you're talking is Hebrew to me.
Don't say that, woman! I don't know, I think sometimes women just tend to talk about the things that we don't know enough. And in particular this one, she's an opera singer. Oh my God, she's so crucial to that game and that company that additional comment was not necessary. Also, I think there are a lot of small little things about raising funds for your company that people don't realize they're necessary. Very often, especially when you talk about people making games, which is something that it comes from their passion point, they just think that to create a studio, it's about creating a game. And it's actually not really that. Creating a studio and creating a business, it's about creating a big vision of the future, something that you want to see happening. What you want to tell investors is not what you just did. It's not like, oh, I just created this phone. See this phone? This is amazing, but what I'm creating is this big. Be a good storyteller about the vision, about where you're going and why you think you're the one who is the ideal person to make it happen. That's what you need to nail in your pitch. Gosh, it's cool. Yeah, okay. I'm going to Parkway near Camden Town. So this meeting, it's going to be a discussion about the future of media, the future of games. This person has a really interesting view of the world. I'm really hoping it's going to be a good exchange and I'm going to learn a lot and I'm going to kind of validate some of the thinking that I have about some initiatives that I'm working on at Bossa and Beta Lucca. That's all I can tell you right now.
Oh yeah, but that's going to affect games, isn't it?
Real truth is when we got the news about Brexit, the first thing that I did with one of my co-founders was to travel Europe. We went to Berlin, we went to Barcelona, and we went to Lisbon to talk to local companies there and investors and to understand the ecosystem. It was very tempting, especially Berlin. The government there is giving quite a lot of incentives for companies to move themselves there. We ended up deciding to stay here because it was not the right time for Bossa to move to another country, but we don't know. We don't know. Things might change. Okay. So that's it. That's all I can share with you today.
Going to a meeting now to meet my agent, and she's going to be asking me a bunch of questions about what do I want to talk about this year, so she can pitch me to a bunch of conference organizers out there. I managed to do meditation and yoga this morning. Still, I'm late. So the way this works is that I never realized I could have an agent to help me pitch my speech, my talks to other people. I always did everything for free. It was like people were like, oh, Roberta, come and talk about Bossa, come and talk about all the amazing things that you've done. And then I realized how much time it takes for you to prepare a speech. I was having a conversation with a fellow entrepreneur. She's amazing. She said something about, I'm going to introduce you to my agent. It's like, agent? And then she said, well, I receive a lot of requests to talk at conferences. It gets to a point that you cannot say yes to everything because you have a business to run, right? And then I realized actually I can have someone to say no for me and actually to negotiate my fees, which is very liberating. And it was like, wow. I usually don't go to this side of town, which is central London. Annoyance of getting a cab in the right place so that it doesn't go and get stuck in a massive traffic jam. Near Old Street. Oops. Yeah, it's sorry, I'm in transit right now, so it might be the call might drop every now and then, and I'm not in front of my computer. Like the conversation with the taxi driver. Like, it's always exciting. Such a positive view of life, right? I moved my desk since last time. I'm super excited. We're having a massive play test today, so there's a bunch of people there that I don't know if they know they're being filmed, but they're basically gamers who came to Bossa to play our latest games. It's pretty exciting. All the rooms are taken today. I won't be able to be in a nice room with the nice drawings behind me, just orange. So my agent took me to this other agency, which is a pretty big one. It's like the largest one in London. The head of the company asking me questions and explaining how it works, but also he invited another 20 people to listen to my story. So it's good. I'm gonna catch up with my agent later today to see how it went. I don't know. So after that, I had to take a phone call inside the cab, which I'm usually not. I don't like that because in the cab it shakes everything. I'm not in front of my laptop, so it was like, but it was a good conversation because it was very much needed. I was supposed to have the conversation yesterday, but I had to postpone her to today. Having those calls with some really good people, specialists in the subjects that I'm not great at, are really, really, really helpful. I can initiate a lot of things, I can finish a lot of things, but I have to work with other people who are super specialists in subjects that I'm not. And that call was all about that, was getting a specialist to get into a particular thing on Beta Lucca channel that I need solving. So I'm looking forward to the next steps with that as well.